Your face, their money. He watched himself steal his own savings. Dr. Raymond Costa was performing surgery when his phone buzzed. His assistant ignored it. Surgeons don't take calls during procedures. 3 hours later, Costa checked his messages. 17 missed calls from his bank. Someone had video called the bank's verification department. The person on the call had Raymond Costa's face, showed Raymond Costa's ID, answered Raymond Costa's security questions. They requested an emergency wire transfer. $230,000. All of Costa's savings. The bank verified the caller through facial recognition software. The software confirmed this was Raymond Costa. But Raymond Costa was elbow deep in a patient's chest cavity at the time. His face had been stolen. His money had followed. For 18 months, a criminal network harvested faces from social media, created perfect deepfakes, and used them to drain bank accounts through video verification systems. 4,700 victims, $230 million. The bank's AI security confirmed every theft. Because the thieves had learned to beat AI with AI, this is the story of Operation Mirror Image. And the moment when your face stopped being proof of who you are, banking security evolved in layers. First came passwords, then PINs, then security questions, then two-factor authentication. Each layer added friction, criminals adapted, banks added more layers. The ultimate verification seemed to be the face itself. Video calls with identity verification became standard for high-value transactions. A human banker, assisted by AI facial recognition, would confirm that the person requesting access was really who they claimed to be. The system compared the live video feed against the photo ID presented. It analyzed facial geometry. It checked for signs of manipulation. By 2021, major banks had deployed this technology for sensitive account changes and large transfers. It was supposed to be unbeatable. It wasn't. The vulnerability was fundamental. Facial recognition. AI was trained to identify real faces, to distinguish a photograph from a living person, to detect masks and crude deepfakes, but the technology was trained on data from years earlier. Deepfake technology evolved faster than the detection systems. By 2022, real-time face swapping could fool most commercial facial recognition. The generated faces moved naturally, blinked correctly, showed appropriate micro-expressions. The security AI said real face because it didn't know what modern fake faces looked like. Victor Okonkwo discovered this gap. Okonkwo was 31, Nigerian-British, educated at Imperial College London in computer science. He'd worked in fintech, building the exact security systems that were supposed to prevent fraud. He knew exactly where those systems failed. After leaving his corporate job in 2021, he'd consulted for security firms testing their defenses. He'd found vulnerabilities everywhere, reported them professionally, watched as companies ignored his warnings because fixes were expensive. Somewhere along the way, he stopped reporting and started exploiting. His operation began with data collection. Social media was a goldmine. People posted thousands of photos of themselves, different angles, different lighting, different expressions. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok. Every selfie was training data. Okonkwo's team developed automated tools that scraped public profiles. They'd input a name, and the software would gather every available image of that person across platforms. The average target had over 300 photos online. 300 photos was more than enough. Target selection focused on high-net-worth individuals with substantial online presence. Doctors, lawyers, business owners, executives, people with money in banks that used video verification, people who posted enough photos for quality deepfake generation, people whose lives were documented enough online to answer security questions. For each target, the team built a comprehensive dossier. Mother's maiden name, often findable through genealogy sites or family Facebook posts. First pet, mentioned in throwback photos or get-to-know-me posts. High school mascot. LinkedIn education history plus a quick search. Street you grew up on, property records, alumni directories, family references. The security questions designed to verify identity were answerable through open source intelligence. With photos gathered and questions researched, the deepfake creation began. Modern face swapping AI needs training data. More photos from more angles produces better results. Okonkwo's technical team had optimized the process. Custom software that automated face extraction, alignment, and model training. From initial scrape to functional deepfake, approximately 6 hours. The output was a face model that could be applied in real time to any video feed. A team member in Lagos could appear on camera as a surgeon from Miami. The bank would see the surgeon's face. The AI would confirm the surgeon's face, but the person behind the face was on a different continent. Execution required social engineering. A caller would contact the bank claiming to be the target. They'd explain an urgent need. medical emergency, family crisis, investment opportunity requiring immediate funds. When offered video verification, they'd accept. The deepfake software activated, the caller's face transformed, the bank saw their customer. Questions were asked, answers were provided, Yang drawn from the intelligence dossier. Facial recognition checked the live feed against the ID photos. Match confirmed. Transfer authorized. The first successful theft occurred in March 2022. Target was a real estate developer in Atlanta. 63 photos scraped from LinkedIn and Facebook. Security questions answered from public records. Transfer, $178,000. The developer didn't notice for 3 days. He was traveling, didn't check accounts. When he did, the money was already in cryptocurrency, scattered across wallets in 6 countries. He reported the fraud and the bank reviewed the verification call. They saw his face, heard correct answers. The AI confirmed identity. The bank denied the claim. Their system showed legitimate verification. The developer hired a lawyer, filed suit. The case dragged on for months. Meanwhile, Okonkwo's operation scaled. By mid-2022, they were processing 5 to 10 victims per week. The operation had grown to 47 people across 3 countries: Nigeria, United Kingdom, United States. Technical team in London handled deepfake development. Call center in Lagos executed the social engineering. Money handlers in all 3 countries managed extraction and laundering. Each successful theft generated between $50,000 and $500,000, depending on the target's account balance. The system was profitable beyond anything Okonkwo had imagined. But success created problems. Banks started noticing patterns. Multiple fraud reports mentioned video verification that the customers swore they never performed, transfers they never authorized, faces they never showed. Internal investigations found nothing wrong with the verification recordings. The faces matched. The AI confirmed. But the customers were adamant. A fraud analyst at a major bank connected the reports in August 2022. 12 cases across 4 months. All high-value transfers, all verified by video, all disputed by customers who had alibis for the time of verification. She wrote a report suggesting deepfake fraud. Her supervisors dismissed it. The technology wasn't that good, they said. The AI would detect it, they said. She persisted. Brought in external consultants, tested the bank's facial recognition against current deepfake technology. It failed. 73% of deepfake videos passed the bank's AI verification. The consultant's report went to the FBI in October 2022. Operation Mirror Image began. The investigation faced unprecedented challenges. Traditional fraud left digital trails, IP addresses, device fingerprints, network patterns. This fraud left perfect verification. The criminal had been positively identified as the victim. FBI's cyber division had to prove that verified faces weren't real. They started with the disputed cases. Forensic analysts examined the verification recordings frame by frame, looking for artifacts, compression inconsistencies, lighting irregularities. Modern deepfakes are good, but they're not perfect. Subtle tells existed. Slight blurring at face boundaries during movement, inconsistent skin texture, micro-expressions that didn't quite synchronize with speech. These tells required expert analysis to detect. Commercial AI systems weren't trained to find them, but human experts could. Of the initial 12 disputed cases, analysts confirmed deepfake usage in 11. The investigation had its proof of concept. Now they needed to find the people behind the faces. Financial tracking followed the money. Transfers went to intermediary accounts that quickly emptied. From there, cryptocurrency exchanges, from exchanges, distributed wallets. But cryptocurrency isn't anonymous, it's pseudonymous. With enough analysis, patterns emerge. Wallets that repeatedly receive from fraud-linked transactions. Exchanges where large amounts are converted, cash-out points where crypto becomes currency. The patterns pointed to Nigeria. International cooperation brought in Nigerian Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Joint investigation, shared intelligence. The network's financial handler in Lagos made a mistake. He'd used the same exchange account for both operation funds and personal crypto purchases. A purchase of luxury goods was traced to a physical address. Surveillance began. Over 3 months, investigators mapped the Lagos operation. The call center, the money handlers, the recruitment chain. They also identified international connections. Communications analysis revealed coordination with UK-based technical operators, American-based money mules who opened accounts for fund reception. The picture was now complete. 47 individuals, 3 countries, 18 months of operation, 4,700 victims, $230 million. And at the center, Victor Okonkwo. Okonkwo had been careful. He never touched money directly, never appeared on fraud calls, never communicated using traceable methods. But his technical fingerprints were everywhere. The deepfake software used custom code he'd written during his legitimate security career. code that matched samples from his previous consulting work. His former employers cooperated with investigators, provided code samples, confirmed the match. He was identified but not yet located. Okonkwo had left the UK in 2022, traveled frequently, maintained no permanent address. He was in Dubai when his network fell. The coordinated takedown happened on February 14, 2024, Valentine's Day. Okonkwo's choice of a romantic holiday for the operation's name was noted by investigators. In Lagos, Nigerian police raided the call center at dawn. 14 operators arrested, equipment seized, recording of active fraud call preserved as evidence. In London, Metropolitan Police hit 3 locations simultaneously: technical infrastructure, data storage, Okonkwo's former apartment where backup systems remained. In the United States, FBI arrested 23 money mules across 12 states. Some were knowing participants, others had been recruited through fake job offers, unaware of the operation's true nature. Okonkwo learned of the raids within hours. He ran from Dubai to India, India to Thailand, Thailand to Cambodia. For 3 weeks, he stayed ahead of investigators. Then he made a mistake. Okonkwo had a weakness. His mother, still in London, was in declining health. He'd been sending her money through intermediaries. When those channels were frozen by the investigation, he tried to contact her directly. The communication was monitored. Okonkwo was in Phnom Penh. Cambodian authorities arrested him on March 7, 2024 at a hotel in the city center. He had 3 laptops, multiple phones, and $200,000 in various cryptocurrencies on hardware wallets. He also had the source code for every tool the operation had used. Extradition to the United States took 4 months. Okonkwo's trial began in December 2024. His defense was creative. He argued that the bank's security was negligent, that they knew facial recognition was vulnerable, that they chose not to upgrade because it was expensive. The victims, his lawyers suggested, should sue the banks, not the person who exposed their weakness. Prosecutors responded with evidence. 4,700 victims who had lost their savings, elderly people whose retirement was gone, business owners who'd lost operating capital, a surgeon who'd watched his own face steal his money. The verdict was delivered. Guilty on all counts: wire fraud, identity theft, computer fraud, money laundering, conspiracy. The courtroom was silent as the judge read each count. Okonkwo showed no emotion. He'd known this was coming since his arrest. The judge sentenced Okonkwo to 34 years. He was 33 years old. He will be 67 at earliest release. The sentence reflected the unprecedented scale of the crime. 4,700 victims, $230 million. Technology used to undermine the fundamental systems banks relied upon for security. Other sentences varied. Technical operators in London received 12 to 18 years. Call center managers in Lagos received 8 to 15 years under Nigerian law, with agreements for international sentence coordination. American money mules received 3 to 10 years depending on their knowledge and involvement. The victims faced longer recovery. Of the 230 million stolen, approximately 31 million was recovered through cryptocurrency seizures and asset forfeiture. The remaining 199 million was gone. Most banks eventually settled with victims, covering portions of losses rather than face lawsuits and regulatory scrutiny. Some victims never recovered. A 73-year-old retired teacher lost her entire savings, $212,000. No settlement could replace her sense of security. She still doesn't trust video calls. The regulatory impact was immediate. Federal Reserve issued new guidance on video verification requirements. Banks upgraded their deepfake detection systems. Multiple verification factors became standard for high-value transactions. Some banks abandoned video verification entirely, too risky, too exploitable. The technology that enabled mirror image continues to advance. Current deepfakes are better than those from 2022. Detection technology has improved, but so has generation. It's an arms race with no clear winner. And the fundamental problem remains. Your face is public. Every photo you've posted, every video appearance, every tagged image at a friend's party, all of it is training data. Someone could be building your face model right now. If you've ever verified your identity through video, consider what actually happened. A camera captured light patterns that looked like your face. Software compared those patterns to a reference image. The software said match. But did anyone verify that the light patterns came from an actual human face? Or just from very sophisticated pixels? Your face used to be proof of who you are. Now it's just data. Copyable, transferable, stealable. Your face, their money. And somewhere right now, someone is scraping your photos. 300 images is all they need.